Here's my reaction to UFC 327. I know we dropped the picks. I am heartbroken over the main event, but we'll get to that. So the Tatiana Suarez pick cashed, we know that. I told you guys, that she was legit. I told you Tatiana was legit. She's like that. She whooped on Loopy, and that's what we knew was gonna happen. Tatiana is the real deal. If she uses her wrestling, utilizes that wrestling, that ground and pound and that submissions, it is unstoppable. I think Tatiana is a wrecker, and she will have the belt. She had that fluke injury. That thing was crazy, but it was the cage. The cage cut her knee, and that's what happened. We had the Gamrot fight. Also, I told you guys could go either way, but I said if the real Gamrot shows up, it's gonna be a terror, and he did. Did you see those takedowns? That entrance on that double leg was insane. It was insane. The real Gamrot showed up, and he showed Ribovic that there's levels to this game, and Gamrot is at another level. Ribovic will be successful. He will be a great fighter, but Gamrot showed him today that this is what happens. These are levels in this sport, and he's at the top of it. Gamrot showed up. When Gamrot shows up, he's a home wrecker. We had the Kevin Holland, Randy Brown massacre. Oh, bro, Kevin Holland is hilarious, first of all. Randy Brown came to fight. He came to fight, but he got tired. He was looking at the clock more than he was looking at his opponent. And that's how we knew that this probably wasn't gonna go well. He was looking at the clock, he was gassed out, and Kevin's talking shit. Kevin's probably hard to fight. This podcast is sponsored by Asahi, the best beer, super dry and super good to drink. Let's go. Kevin is probably so hard to fight because he talks crazy. If somebody's talking to me, I'm like, oh my God, this dude's a psychopath. What am I gonna do? This dude's crazy. He's sitting here talking shit to me the whole time. What the fuck? So Randy Brown was completely just discombobulated. And Kevin brought that dog. He was in a good fist fight, but I mean, Kevin's a good fighter. Kevin's awesome, and almost a clinic, pretty much a clinic. So shout out to Kevin. That was a good battle. It was an entertaining fight. Hey, and I had a lot of fun watching it. Also, we picked Kevin Holland. So another pick was successful. We were 3 for 3 at that moment. The next fight was the Pico Pitbull. I said that I don't enjoy PFL fighters coming to the UFC. I explained that. I was worried about Pico's chin. I was worried about Pitbull's cardio. And Pico put on a show. He showed that his chin is healed, and he's a dog. He's a fighter, and Pico put in an absolute stunning performance. I think Pitbull wanted to quit in there. Pico was just piecing him up. He's the fastest fighter I've ever seen. So Pico, let's go. That was awesome performance. I can't wait to see another fight from him. Pitbull will be back. He'll be better, but he has 45 professional fights. There's a point in time where you need to maybe move on to coaching or something like that. Not telling him to retire, not trying to be disrespectful, but I enjoyed Pico's performance. I think he was on fire. We had the Cub Swanson Nate Landwehr retirement fight. I called this wrong, but you know what? I honestly made my decision before I realized it was Cub's final retirement fight in front of his family and the president. I didn't know it was a retirement fight. Cub Swanson went out there and ran a clinic on Nate Landwehr. He absolutely demolished him. So I'm proud. Even though that wasn't my pick, I was happy to see Cub Swanson go out on top. Paramount has been dropping the sweetest retirement edits ever after these fighters fight. They've been announcing the prelim fights. Bruce Buffer has been announcing them for the final time. Bruce has been cooking with these retirement fight announcements. And then Paramount, after they fight, they drop the fire video. So shout out to Cub Swanson. What an amazing career. I've been watching it for a long time. What an amazing retirement fight. And shout out to the UFC and Paramount for finally giving these fighters an amazing exit from their career. They've been doing a great job. I really appreciate what they've been doing. It's been awesome. So shout out to them for that. And congratulations, Cub, on an awesome career. It's been fun to watch. I hope you move on to commentating or something. I know that his wife already works for the athletic development in the UFC. So I'm sure there's still a long career within the MMA community. Dominic Reyes versus Johnny Walker, that fight sucked ass. They didn't do anything. They stood around and fucking were scared. My pick did cash. I said Dominic Reyes was gonna get the win. So I was right, but that was horrible. I fell asleep. What were they doing? They didn't fight. They weren't doing anything. They were like so cautious because they both, I don't know, I don't want to be disrespectful, but oh my God, that fight was horrible. I don't even want to talk about it anymore. Horrible fight. The pick cash, but horrible. Curtis Blades versus Josh Hokett. Josh Hokit is a psychopath. He did his weird weigh-in where he's like cautious and acting nervous, covering up his cock and like acting nervous and just being a weirdo. And then he does his WWE character at the weigh-in. He's fucking humping the ring girls. Dude's a psychopath, but Josh Hokit came into the ring and he showed that this is just a character, but I'm also a fucking fighter. Josh Hokit took it to Curtis Blades for 3 rounds. He didn't back up, he didn't gas, and he went crazy. That dude's a psychopath. That was the greatest heavyweight fight that I've ever seen. One of the greatest heavyweight fights that I've ever seen. It was an absolute brawl. I was standing on my feet the whole entire time. And then Josh Hokit wins. He stays in character. He says some fucking rhyme or whatever. And then Dana White announces on live that they called Derrick Lewis, and now Josh Hokit is on the White House card. That's how you promote yourself. I know people don't like it. I don't really like it. I think it's weird. He could have just said, I was in the NFL. I was an NCAA champion wrestler. He could have just went by his accolades, but he didn't. He started a career with this character, and now look, he's on the White House card 45 minutes after he just fought Curtis Blades for 3 rounds. So now he promoted himself to another level. He's going to be an ultimate heavyweight superstar with this character. Everybody hates it, but it worked. It works if you back it up. Just like Conor McGregor back in the day. He used to talk that shit. He told Jose Aldo, if it was in war times, I would meet you in your favela on horseback. He was talking crazy, but you know what Conor did that nobody else did before? He backed it up. He would fight and then back it up. And he would do what he said. And Josh Hokit is talking crazy, acting like a WWE superstar, and then backing it up. And we can't ask for more than that. He gave us a great fight. Now he's on the White House card versus Derrick Lewis. This is insane. What a career trajectory. And I'm excited to see more. We got Amzat versus Paulo Costa. I told you guys that Amzat's cardio is not going to hold up. Paulo had a good, he didn't even have to cut weight. He was not as lean as he normally is, but he was in great shape. And he fucked him up. He whooped Azamat's ass. Paulo Costa is going to be a home wrecker at light heavyweight. He's nice. He was crisp. Head kick. Like, what is going on? He was firing on all cylinders, and I'm excited that Paulo Costa is back in a new division. No tough weight cuts, and he's going to be whooping everybody. I'm excited for the Paulo Costa light heavyweight trajectory. And then we had the main event, Jiri versus Ulberg. Jiri was killing him with the leg kicks. Boom, leg kick, boom, leg kick. Ulberg stepped back funny and destroyed his knee. His knee was absolutely destroyed. He's hobbling, he can't stand. And then I even texted my cousin, I said, Jiri's going easy on him now. Jiri started to be backpedal. He was pointing at the ground like he's Max Holloway. He was saying like, let's just fight. He stopped throwing leg kicks. He stopped attacking the leg, and then he got knocked the fuck out. He even said at the post-fight, I showed mercy. For what? You have a family, you have a baby. This is the title. We don't show mercy. I love that you're a samurai. I love that you have honor. But what the fuck? You had him. If he would have gotten to the round, if they would have got to the corner, they would not have let him continue because his knee was completely destroyed. And Carlos Ulberg hit him with a kiss of death left hand, and Jiri went to sleep. And that's why you can't show caution. I don't understand what happened. I don't understand why he did it, but I guess he's just an honorable guy, but there's no excuse. Now he probably won't get a title fight for a long time. And Carlos Ulberg's a dog. He's got the kiss of death, and he showed. It only takes one. So you showed caution, and Jiri lost, and that bet did not cash. And I don't care about the bet. I don't care about the money. I'm a Jiri fan. I'm a Jiri fanboy. I've already said that to you guys. But you can't block Carlos Ulberg's punches with your face like you do everybody else. So now he learned, and now we'll see where he goes from there. But it was very disappointing. But I also didn't want Ulberg to go out on the fight on an injury. Nobody wants a freak injury to happen to end a title fight. Nobody wants that. It was sick that Carlos Ulberg was able to knock him out with one leg. What an absolute dog. What an animal. And it was fun to watch him win with one leg. That's crazy. He's an absolute, shows heart, shows character. And City Boys are up. So whatever. It was a fun card, UFC 327. Now we go to Fight Night with